All right. Hi. How's it going? How's your summer so far? Um, this is always so daunting. I'm hoping that you can hear me and that you can see me all right. So, hi there. I'm Stephanie. This is Couture, Costumes, and Cats. Welcome to this live video on August 4th. Um, just a little disclaimer off the top. The title of this channel mentions, I live with multiple cats. So I'm not sure how much the mic actually picks up, but you might hear some meowing, some running around. There's actually a lot of creaking sounds going on because they like to jump on my ironing board, and sometimes they even fight with each other. So it's it is what it is. It's living with cats. So yeah, welcome. I'm very excited to talk about two very different things today. As I said in the title for this episode, I will talk about my summer projects and my plans for Halloween. I know that it's just the beginning of August, but ah, I love Halloween. I'm sure you guessed if you've watched any of my videos around Halloween or October. Yes, Halloween is my favorite time of the year, spooky season. I try to stretch it as much as I can. I basically start September 1st, I start to decorate. I start to wear Halloween theme clothes, and I'm really excited that it's coming. So yeah, yay! But first things first, let's talk about my summer projects. So I made some notes because I tend to get a little bit nervous and just forget to talk about so many things. So I'm going to look down and look at my notes now and then. So I'm sorry. Yeah. So, first thing that I'm going to talk about is the Barbie dress that I made and that I'm wearing today. Um, I was not going to make one, and then I just got sucked in the Barbie fever. I can't even explain how much, like, everything was about Barbie. I mean, I'm sure you know this, but there's just like, so many things that it just took over. It took over socials, it took over, like, discussions with my friends, it took over everything. So very successful marketing campaign on their part, but it was almost like I feel like I was, um, just, like, brainwashed by Barbie. So, yeah, I just went for it and I made a Barbie dress. So that's the first thing I'm gonna talk about. I really love this pattern. I've been a patron of this, designer. Her name is Gertie for years now. I absolutely love her patterns. She's very, very talented, and she, basically released this pattern on July 1st on our Patreon. So I was like, okay, let's do it. Let's do this dress. So this bodice uh, is from Gertie's Patreon, and the skirt is just a self-drafted 3/4 circle skirt. So I tried to do the pleats on this skirt because, I mean, in the trailer, that dress, I'm sure you know which dress I'm talking about, has some beautiful, inverted box pleats, and I really wanted to reproduce that look. I wanted the dress to look like the one in the trailer. But, once I started making that circle skirt with pleats, I just realized that it wasn't really flattering on my body. Um, because this bodice is very, very tight, there was so much fabric, like, poofing out at the hips, and my hips do not lie. I've got very prominent hips, so I just felt like it was just putting all the focus there, and I mean, kudos to anyone who, like, floss their hips. I'm just, sometimes, not really wanna put the focus on there. So, as, Edith Head once said, accentuate the positive and camouflage the rest. So I decided to just do a just a regular circle skirt. So that's how I ended up with this dress. Um, but I really, really love it. It is a little bit risque for work. I have to wear a strapless bra with it, so I might not wear it at work, but I will definitely keep wearing it all summer. It's just so pretty. So yeah, I made that one and I finished it literally the day that the movie was released. So that was July 21st, I think. Yeah, I was literally putting in the zipper, ironing on the day of so I could make a little short video and show it off. So I'm really happy with this one. And I also made a little flower necklace to go with the outfit. I think I'm gonna make a tutorial on how to make this. It's fairly easy. I learned how to do some beading when I was a kid from I think from a book. Because I was so into crafts, people were always buying me books on crafts. And I remember having one on those like friendship bracelets. And maybe this was came with a bead kit or, with those 2 millimeter beads, or it was just given to me on my birthday or something. But I remember seeing all the pictures giving you a tutorial on how to make beaded flowers. So I haven't done this beaded flower pattern since, oof, I think 2006 was the last time I did some beaded flowers. I kind of wanted to decorate the edge of a bodice for a dress that I was making. So it just, I guess it just came back to me. It doesn't really go away, right? Those skills. That's what's fun about simple crafts is that it just, you never forget how to do them. So, um, yeah, I just pulled this thing together and I think it's really cute. So definitely going to keep beading because it's a lot of fun. Especially with these medium-sized beads, it was a lot quicker than those like tiny little 2 millimeter beads. But anyways, so that's on the Barbie dress. If you want to see it in action, just check out the short that I published on July 21st. You can see it in action. um, yeah, so I have a couple more things just over here. So I apologize for the creaky chair, but I've been working on a pride flag skirt for the Pride Week that's coming at the end of the month here. It's actually funny because today I walked to my local fabric store. It's actually about a 25-minute walk from my home, and I actually saw some pride flag fabric for sale. And I was like, well, I missed the boat because what I did was a lot more complicated. So, yeah. So basically, I'll just show you the inside. You'll get it immediately. These are all just little panels, little strips that I sewn together. So took me a lot longer than just using a pride flag fabric, but that's okay. Next time I'll know and maybe I'll wait a little bit longer, but it's fine because this has been a learning curve, and I'm actually really happy with the result. So I was going to make a gathered waist with this because I wasn't even sure of the dimensions. I was just going to add the 6 colors of the original flag until I have enough to just make a gathered flare skirt. But because it's quilting cotton and because there's so many seams, it was very, very heavy, and I didn't like the way that it draped. It was just kind of like standing on its own a little bit like a tutu. So not a great look. So I decided to do pleats, and it actually looks a lot better like this. Um, at the top, some of the colors of the flag are actually hidden, but you see them like popping through. So I was like, okay, it's not like I'm completely hiding some of the colors. And I skip one strip every pleat that I do, so it kind of accentuates different colors at every pleat. So yeah, I think I'm really happy with this. So I still have to hem and attach a waistband. I haven't decided what color I'm going to use yet, or if I'm going to make some straps. I thought that could be fun. I have some fun pride buttons as well that I could use to make like a suspenders type of effect. So yeah, it might still evolve. I've got a couple more weeks to go. So who knows what's gonna happen. But it's definitely a kind of a not a quite a mini skirt, it's not super short, but, I only bought a quarter meter of every, color of fabric, or half a meter, not a quarter, half a meter, so I cut it in half and then into strips, so it's basically the length that it is. I couldn't make it any longer, so it's about, um, 21 inches long, which is about 3 inches shorter than I usually make my skirts. I tend to stay between 23, 24 inches. That's the comfortable length that I like. But I figure since it's summer, it's gonna be fine. So yeah, this is this is a work in progress. All right. This one I'm also really happy about. Um, Also from another local fabric store, I decided to buy this hummingbird quilting cotton with kind of this in mind, this project. I knew I was going to make a dress out of it, but I wasn't sure if I was going to have sleeves or not, or if it was going to be like a higher neck, a cap sleeve, like some of the dresses I've made, like the lemon dress, the black one with the lemons, or the Jason pattern, with the Camp Crystal Lake pattern that I absolutely love. Um, those are the same type of bodice, but it has cap sleeves, and it's just very, very flattering. But I wanted to try something different. I wanted to try making just a simple with a simple sleeve with a little puff, and I'm so happy with this sleeve pattern. It's absolutely just exactly what I wanted. So this is a modified Stanwick bodice, also from Gertie's Patreon, with the sleeves expansion for the um, carousel dress from Serena. Beautiful, beautiful pattern expansion from Serena. So I'm really, really happy with the result. And then I made it just a simple gathered skirt because I didn't have that much fabric left to be honest with you. I think that I purchased only two and a half in total. So I kind of had to compromise, and I couldn't make a circle skirt. But it's okay in the end because the pattern is directional, and I wouldn't want the hummingbirds to be too tilted anyways, because it's very, very very, very straight lines. The pattern is kind of in straight lines. So I think that this works out for the best. And this is also perfect for work because the neckline is just slightly higher than this one, and the sleeves are a bit more modest as well. No shame at all, no shade to anyone who works sleeveless at work, but oh, hi, Sarah. But I prefer a little bit more coverage. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with this one. So that's it for my summer projects. Oh my gosh, Sarah, are you gonna rub on the microphone? She just cannot stop trying to be the star. Come on, sweetie. Come on, come on. Okay, there you go. Right, I'm gonna have a water break. It's a lot warmer than I thought it would be, but it's okay. Oh, it might be just the heat from the computer and the lights or just the stress of being live, but woo, it's fine. So, okay, let's move slowly into fall and Halloween plans. So, as you can see behind me here, I have my unfinished um suit that is my tribute to Cher from Clueless. So, I've been meaning to do this one for a while. I bought this fabric um I think in the winter or even maybe last year, I'm not sure. I just jumped on it because it's flannel. So maybe not ideal to make a blazer, but it was just the perfect color and the perfect price. I bought 5 meters and I have like a ton left over. I'll be able to make some little boxers out of the rest. So yeah, I'm really, really excited about this one. It's been going really well. I made a mock-up of the skirt and, I modified a couple things, and then I just made the skirt, like, first try. So, I'm so excited. This is actually, I think the Delphine skirt pattern from Tilly and the Buttons' first book, Love at First Stitch. I made that skirt before, years ago when I was still kind of iffy with invisible zippers. So I don't even know if I kept it. The skirt that I made. I made just a simple black skirt, and I think maybe I kind of hated it, so I probably donated it. Um, which is it's fine. But I really wanted to make something cute that I can wear again and I think that I succeeded. So what I did is I took the front pattern piece and I added a seam allowance and then I slashed and spread to add the pleats. So let me just bring it. Sorry about that. Sorry about that noise. So, there's actually a seam right in the middle of this skirt, but I spent some time with pattern matching, so you actually can't really see it. So it worked out perfectly. So, the right side of the skirt is the original pattern design, and then the left side is where I added the pleats. Um, it's in hindsight, I would have moved the pleats a little bit closer to the center. That's a little bit more true to the movie costume in the movie, but it's fine. It's okay. It people are going to get what I'm going for, I think, no matter what, because this is such an iconic costume. So the skirt is finished. I'm actually really happy with the fit also. It fit Sarah. Oh gosh, you cannot resist being the center of attention. Yeah, come here. Yeah, so the skirt is finished, so I'm still working on the blazer. And I think I'm actually going to put two shoulder pads in this one. I really want it to sit more structured than the other blazer. This is the same pattern as another blazer that I made earlier this year, and I really, really love it. But it's a bit more of a relaxed fit. So for this one, I'm going to add some self drafted sleeve heads and two shoulder pads. Like I'm going to stack them so that it's a little bit more sits a little bit straighter. And I have this beautiful navy blue satin for the lining. So it's coming together. It's getting closer. So there's only one sleeve on it now. Happy with the sleeve length and the fit. I actually did take it in a little bit on the side so that it would be closer to my body because the fit was quite boxy. So I tapered it a little bit. And I think that it's going to look very nice. So check in soon. I wanted to finish it for the anniversary that came mid July, but with the Hocus Pocus costume and the Barbie dress, I just ran out of time. And I think that, a blazer is a bit more intricate to make. It's a bit more difficult. So I think that it's worth, spending a little bit extra time. So what is happening? Okay, sorry about that. Um, yeah, so it's worth spending a little bit more extra time on a blazer just so that it's the way that you like it, and you really want it to fit nicely. Because, as you know, I love to wear my costume pieces all year round if I can. I think that it's important to be able to wear those costumes again, because we put so much time and money in them that I really want these pieces to last and to be able to wear them again. That being said, I've made plenty of costumes using Gorilla Glue, and you can't wash them. I've made distress costumes. My Furiosa one that I absolutely love, I just basically dragged it in cocoa powder and mud to make it look dirty. So, you can't always rewear or upkeep those costume pieces, but when you can, absolutely. So, more to come on this. Uh, Another plan that I have for spooky season, it's not very specifically for Halloween, but I feel like it fits in the spooky season, is that I recently watched Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I I love that movie so much. It's so fun, so colorful, so creative. The Kyoto brothers. I mean, my love of critters as well. So the same people made the puppets. So yeah, I watched Killer Clowns from Outer Space recently, and I had this idea, because there's a circus marquee uh, in the film that is just prominent and beautiful. It's their spaceship basically. So yeah, if you haven't seen that movie, go watch it. It's really good. So the marquee just gave me this idea of why not make a circle skirt, kind of like the Pride one, actually, where it's just pieces of red and yellow fabric like the marquee, and just in a circle make this beautiful circle skirt that looks like a marquee, and then decorate it with um appliques of the clowns, or the popcorn, the cotton candy, the boxing gloves, anything from the film. There's so many little things um that I could pull from that film. So many visuals in that film that I just have to do it. So now I just have to decide if I'm going to make it out of just a washable fabric, or if I'm going to make it out of felt. Because with appliques like the Halloween one I made last year, and also the Christmas light ones, they were both felt. The appliques are just way easier to manage because felt doesn't fray. So you can just basically press them on, using a heat and bond, and you don't have to worry about the edges fraying. So that's definitely something that's like a possibility. And you can cut felt using the Cricut machine that I have, so I wouldn't even need to cut everything by hand. The downside is that you can't wash it, so you really don't want to stain it. So sometimes I feel a little bit sad about making skirts out of felt because you put so much time into them, and then what if something was to happen? But then again, it makes them that much more special, that you can't get them dirty, so you just take better care of them. So I might do that. Other Halloween plans. Uh I really wanted to make this costume for a really long time, and I finally made the jump and I bought a ton of fabric. So let me just dive into this really quick. Uh I I watched Batman 1989 again at some point recently with my husband, and I was like, "That's it. I'm making the Joker outfit. I just have to do it. It's too good." A few weeks ago, I went to Toronto, which has an amazing, fabric store that I love to visit, and I knew that when I went there, I knew I was going to find the exact thing that I was looking for, and, so I'm really excited. I'm going to show you real quick. I found a crepe back satin in the exact orange that, Jack Nicholson wears in his costume when a specific part that I'm going to replicate is the part where he goes to the art museum on his date with Kate Beckinsale. He has a orange shirt, which is, I'm going to show you real quick. This is the crepe back satin that I found. Look at this orange. Oh my gosh, so excited. So I'm going to just use um just a shirt pattern that I've used before, and I'm going to make some nice puffy sleeves, I think. So a bit more dramatic because I'm going to wear a blazer, the jacket on top of it anyways. So you won't see the sleeves, but the sleeves are just for me to wear, after Halloween. So, yes, the outfit. He wears a shiny orange shirt with a teal knotted scarf, like with a bow, a a cropped purple wool jacket with tails, a pair of sort of, I don't know, 1940s pleated uh green and purple plaid pants. Now that fabric is going to be the hardest one to find. He also wears a teal vest, double-breasted little vest, and a sort of old-timey painter's hat. And I should have taken it out, I forgot. I actually have some fabric that was gifted to me that is in the exact purple that I need to make that sort of like painter's hat. And I think that I actually had this idea the other day that I would use a beret pattern for the hat. So, a beret basically has a crown and a top. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the crown, make it tighter to my head, and then add a bottom part and then a top part, kind of like a mushroom, if you can picture that. You know how a mushroom has a crown, a bottom part, and then a top part. Um, so I think that'll work. So I might actually have to line that fabric with tulle or maybe interfacing because it is quite a drapey fabric, kind of like this satin. So especially just maybe the crown and the bottom part so that it kind of stays on my head. Otherwise, I can see it sort of like just slipping off. Yeah, I have a pattern for the shirt, for the hat, for the pants. Now, the vest and the jacket are going to be a bit more complicated, just because they are so specific. The jacket doesn't actually have any closures, even though it has buttons. It just sits open, and the vest is double-breasted, and it has, a lapel, so that's a little bit more intricate, so I'm gonna have to do some research on um how to pull all that together, so that's what I'm really excited for. Um, Another idea that I really wanted to work on, and, today, as I said earlier, I went to my local fabric store, and I just found this beautiful fabric. I'm like, okay, I got to do it now. So I want to do a costume for that Elena wears in The Mask of Zorro. So that is Catherine Zeta-Jones's character, Elena. So all through the film, she wears these amazing dresses. And I really wanted to do the one that she wears in that iconic dance with Antonio Banderas at the party. But I feel like that might be just a little much for me, to be honest. I'm not such a connoisseur when it comes to foundation garments and undergarments, how to make like skirts stand on their own, all those like those crinolines, all those cages, they're a bit outside of my knowledge. So even though we are only in August, I feel like I don't have the time to pull that together. So I was thinking I would make something simpler. So I don't know if you ever seen the film, but at some point you see her in the stables when she tries to intercept an intruder, which is Zorro, and it's early in the morning. So she walks in wearing basically her undergarments with a beautiful powder blue velvet night, like not a nightgown, but a dressing gown, I guess, a bathrobe, but nicer than a bathrobe. Yeah, so blue velvet with a nice lapel, just sort of like open, just hanging on her. And her undergarments are just basically this off shoulder, simple white dress and a white corset with white bloomers. Actually, they're longer than bloomers. They're, how do you, what do you call those? I guess pantaloons? Anyways, I should have looked that up, but, yeah, so those are easy. The dress is easy, it's fairly simple. It has kind of like just an elastic, just, off shoulder sort of, like a tiny, tiny little sleeve that's off shoulder. And, yeah, so the corset is going to be the longer thing to make, and, I found this fabric today. I'm really excited for it. So when I was looking for fabric for this corset, I wanted fabric that had 4 distinct qualities. So, well, the first one, it had to be white because the outfit, the corset is white. Second was that it needed to be shiny. I really wanted that sort of like retro like corset feel. So white, shiny, textured was the third thing that I really wanted. Like a nice brocade or jacquard fabric, something with a beautiful textured pattern. And then I wanted the fabric to be sturdy. So the first three qualities are really important. The sturdiness of the fabric, it's okay. I could have made do, because you can always underline the fabric, your main fabric with 2, 3 layers of other fabric and then line it. So you can add as many layers as you need. And a corset, you need it to be sturdy because you're going to insert all that spiral steel boning and you don't want it to poke through or poke you. So and poke through the main fabric and kind of wear out that beautiful main fabric anyways, right? And you need it to be quite sturdy so that it works as a foundation garment and it, holds up your breasts and everything. So I was looking for a very, very specific fabric and I found it. So I'm going to show you real quick. I'm so excited. Um, so this is actually a a decor fabric. So I was pretty sure I was going to be able to find something in the decor fabric, and I did, and it was a ridiculous sale. It was $6 a meter. So I got a full meter, even though I probably only need half, but it's okay. I could make a second corset if I want. Um, yeah, it's very sturdy, not see-through at all, and it has a beautiful shine and a texture. So everything I was looking for right here. $6. Can't believe it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use for my Elena costume. Um yeah, just a quick side note. I've been meaning to do this costume for years. I love Zorro. I've always been a big fan of fencing, and I remember watching the Zorro show on French TV as a kid. Like the reruns would play all summer, like the really old show. And I always loved just the costumes and you know everything that had to do with fencing. So I'm really happy that we get to see that in so many movies. So many different styles of swords and styles of fencing, from just Zorro to Musketeers to Pirates. It's just so good. So I guess, yeah, because she confronts Zorro in the stables, she has a sword. So I think I'm gonna have to get a sword as part of my costume. That's another thing I need to think about. But I actually did pick that costume uh, for that reason. I mean, as I said before, she wears all these amazing dresses through the film, but in that scene, she actually has a sword and fights with Zoro. So it's a really iconic scene, and she's really badass. So definitely, definitely something that I have to do. And if I don't do it this year, I'll definitely do it later. Um, because I do costumes all year now, just because they're so much fun. Um, yeah, I guess another thing that I been thinking about is doing a Bowser cosplay. That came like super out of left field. But it was actually something that I wanted to do years ago. Like, I'm thinking 10 years ago at this point. My friends and I wanted to do like a group costume for Halloween, but it didn't pan out. And then I wanted to make that costume again to go see video games live. And then I didn't do it because I ended up working that show. I didn't end up I couldn't dress up. Anyways, long story. But recently saw the Super Mario, movie, and just got sucked in again with that idea of making a Bowser cosplay. Um, I mean, you can't tell from this outfit right now, but I like to add a little bit of punk in my wardrobe. Boots. I love wearing boots. I love fishnets. I love eyeliner. I used to have short spiky hair, so Bowser cosplay that is sort of like a punker girl with big shoulder pads, or just like spiky hair, all the studs. I mean, that's obviously a big part of it. All those huge studs on the shells, those studded bracelets, all that stuff that speaks to me, right? So I feel like a Bowser cosplay would be a lot of fun. The problem is that I don't know if I'll be able to do that in time for Comic-Con. It's coming up in September in the city, so I might have to just put it on hold for now. But yeah, it's something that I'm looking into. There's so many great adaptations of that character out there already. That I think for this one, I really have to think outside the box, because I a lot of what I do is just you know straight adaptations or straight replicas from the movie. And it's really, I love to do that. And but it's also very, very safe. I won't say it's easy to do. It's definitely not easy, but it's very safe because you have a guideline. You know that you need pants and a jacket and a scarf or a tie or a hat, etc. Like, it's very, very straightforward. With Bowser, I don't even know where to start. Do I make a dress? Do I make a bustier? Do I make shorts? Do I make pants? Do I want a jacket? Do I want shoulder pads, or do I want it to be a backpack? Do I want a hat? It's like a whole thinking process, and I haven't done that. Obviously, it just kind of like came into my brain, and I was really excited about doing it, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it in time for Comic Con or for even Halloween at this point. But it doesn't matter. It's fun, and I might just work on it for a whole year. Who knows? We'll see. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my summer projects slash Halloween plans for this year. I'm so excited to start. I mean, I already started. This is kind of more of like a fall outfit. Um, I can't wait to decorate and to wear my spider webs and my pumpkins and my ghosts and witches and etc. So, yeah, let me know what you are thinking about for Halloween. Love to discuss it. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye.